Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Can't wait to hear about it all.
Oh my gosh. So I was talking to Taz about her branding on Facebook, and I saw your ad today, your posting. Oh my gosh. I'm just so proud of you guys. Like, it brings tears to my eyes. I'm so proud of you guys. Like, you're setting the example for me. I need to try harder because you guys do such a good job. So proud of you.
Thanks.
um, okay, so I haven't prepared anything. I'm really just as if we're sitting down in the living room, in the lounge, talking about what I learned, what I took away from this women's conference. And I'm going to be very, very open and just very vulnerable with you guys. When I went in, I knew that I needed to be there for a reason, and I've been not struggling with the business, but struggling with my spirituality. I have not been as close to God like I should be, and I have in the past. I've been really, really, really good about it, but I haven't been lately, and I feel bad about that. Um, and And so I went in knowing that I needed to be there for some reason, and just very open and willing to learn whatever I had to learn. Um, so I had no idea. I was like, are they just going to teach us about women are important and time management and patience? And, I didn't know what it was supposed to be. And actually, I think it was supposed to be along those same lines, but the speaker that was supposed to speak canceled last minute. And Cindy Pentecost, our CEO's wife, she's very shy. She does not like the spotlight. She doesn't like to speak. She kept praying, saying, Lord, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Who's going to be speaking? And she kept having the feeling like, it's your turn. You need to speak. And she's like, no, 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 no. This is not my turn. And she kept having the feeling, this is your turn. And so she spoke almost the entire time. There was like praise music, and there was songs of God and you, and just helping us understand that we're not alone in this life. And I'm going to share with you a few pictures that I took while I was there. Let's see. I put them in a Facebook group so that I could show you. Sorry. Okay. So we were there inside Mark and Cindy's church where they worship. And they had these banners up. We were literally the first ones there. There was only about 300 of us. There was not very many people. And so we were there, and that was the key word, I get to give thanks. And so here was these people that are up there. These people are actually head of customer service and head of events with It Works, and they sing and they play the piano. She was an amazing singer. It just was so beautiful. And this girl over here was from their church, but a newly signed up distributor. And they were just these inspirational singers. It was wonderful. And you can't see this, but they had these slideshows up, and it says, life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. Life does not have to be perfect to be wonderful. And in the morning when I rise, give me Jesus. And what this taught me, and I've been thinking about it often, is how am I supposed to ask for blessings if I put him last, or if I don't even think about him at all? How am I supposed to say, Lord, give me more with my business, give me patience, help me find income, help me pay off debt? How can I ask for that if I don't even acknowledge that he's there? And so this tells me, in the morning, just recognize that I'm here. Give thanks to me, praise me, get on your knees and pray just a little bit, and let me know that you appreciate me, and then get on with your day. And that's okay. Because if I want him to put me first, I need to put him first. So Cindy stood up in front of us the whole time and just spoke from the heart and gave scripture reference. I mean, I have 8 pages of notes in here of all these scriptures. I couldn't keep up with all these scriptures that she just kept going over and over again. And I felt like I need to do my own scripture study. Okay, this is the CEO's wife. Mark Pentecost's wife cares about us enough to want to preach to us and share with us that God should be number one in our life. Who does that? What company does that, where they care about us so much that she just spent 2 days telling us how much we are loved, how much we have a purpose in this life, how much it doesn't matter what we do, we are still loved. We don't have to wait till we're perfect. We don't have to wait till we start doing what's right for him to care about us. He cares about us regardless. And she reminded us over and over again. And I just kept looking around like, is this real? Is this company even more amazing than I ever imagined? And I've recognized it over the 4.5 years. Wow, this company is amazing. This company is not just wraps. We post about it on Facebook and people just don't get it. But there's so much more depth to this company. And then they amaze me even more than I could ever imagine. She stands up there to share with us that there's someone who hears our prayers. There's someone who knows the little tiny secrets in our heart, and he's there for us no matter what. This company is unlike any company I've ever known. And that touched me so much, but then it reminded me, oh my goodness, I have not been including God in my life. And I need to. She taught me that I need to. So, my grace is sufficient for you. I don't have to be perfect, because what he did for us is because he's telling us we don't have to be perfect. He's going to die for us so that we don't have to be perfect. He'll have grace to make up the difference for us. Faith is acting like it is so, even when it's not so that it might be so, simply because God said so. So what do you need to have faith with? So there was many stories of someone saying, I needed to be here at this conference and I did not have the funds. And I needed to find a plane ticket that was $150 or less. And I just said, and this isn't me, but this is someone else speaking. And they said, Lord, if you can get me to this conference, I have to have a plane ticket, $150 or less. Faith is acting like it is so. They just said, I'm going to find a ticket that's 150 or less. So faith is acting like it is so, even when it's not so that it might be so because God said so. And she found a ticket for 150, even though tickets are normally 250. There was a will, and he found a way for her to get there. So just have faith, acting like it already happened, even though it hasn't, knowing that it will because God said that it will. So here's a picture that we see of some beautiful trees with some sunlight. And sometimes our life, all we see is this picture right in front of us. And we see that it's dense. And we might see that there's a little bit of sunlight. We're not sure where it's coming from. But what we don't realize is there's so much more beyond what we can see. There's so many more trees. There's so many more rivers and valleys. And we just have to remember there is always a bigger picture. Always. And God is in control of that. I am ready to give God praise now. So I do not give up what he wants to give me now. He wants to give us so much. But if we give up, he can't. So give him praise now, knowing he has much to give. And just know that it will come. And as a matter of fact, when you call on me, when you come and pray to me, I'll listen. When you come looking for me, you'll find me. Yes, when you get serious about finding me and want it more than anything else, I'll make sure you're not disappointed. And it says, when you get serious about finding me, are we serious about finding him? I have not been serious about finding him. Is my seriousness just getting on my knees and praying in my closet once in a while? No. Me being serious is opening up my Bible and reading and searching, praying. It might be fasting and going without a meal and saying, Lord, I'm asking for guidance. Am I serious? Or am I being lazy with my praise, with finding him? But I'll make sure you won't be disappointed. So I run straight to the goals with purpose in every step. Every day, there is purpose in what you do. So don't be lazy in just posting. Don't be lazy in your goals. Run straight to the goals because there's purpose there. And he's going to provide and he's going to help. So I took a picture of who I was surrounded by. And these women just intent and taking it all in, loving every single moment of this. And we were there from 9 in the morning until 9 at night. So grateful to be taking in all those moments. Oh, I missed one. There was one more looking the other direction. Just, let me see if I can find it. Tears. So humble. Just everyone just basking in the love and in the being in awe at what we were learning. So let me read my notes. I get to November 18th, 2016. Open the eyes of my heart. Ask this every day. God, please open the eyes of my heart. We are not alone, and he hears us. Satan wants to keep us discouraged, and there's hope and answers. He wants us to live life and have it to the full. And that's in John 10:10. John 16, verse 33, but take heart, I've overcome the world. So when we're feeling like things are hard and rough, he has taken on the world. He has hung on the cross and he has died for us. He will help you, and he will help you get through that. This is temporary. Fear and worry will trump faith if you let it. You cannot have fear and worry and faith at the same time. Ask for depth of insight and gratitude. So I feel like I need to be on my knees more saying, will you please open the eyes of my heart? I'm going to ask for depth of insight and gratitude. So she was giving us journals, a gratitude journal and other things with gratitude, and I get to and give thanks. The more that we are showing gratitude and being grateful. So number one, if we are ungrateful, why should he give us more? If your kids are ungrateful, do you want to give them more of something? No. So in order for us to be ready to receive more, we have to be grateful for what we have. We can't say, well, I'm going to be grateful when I have. I am grateful for breath. I am grateful for health. I am grateful for the roof over my head. If you cannot find something to be grateful for, we need to be grateful for even the smallest of things, and you will start to find you're grateful for so much more. And you will be open to receive the more that you are grateful. Live a life of gratitude, and your kindness will be awakened. You have gifts from God, and we need to use them. So picture a flower just very, very closed, kind of like a bulb, and it starts to open. It just starts to blossom, and all the petals start to open, and it's just these layers and layers of opening. We knew it was a flower, but we needed it to open to see the beauty. And that's you. You're that flower, and we need you to use your gifts to truly see the beauty. Don't hide it. Your gifts are completely different than anyone else's gifts. So don't try to be the gifts that someone else has. Be unique and be your own flower, standing on its own. It takes time to get to know God, so be patient. And I need to learn that he loves me regardless. And we speak to him through prayer, and he speaks to us through the scriptures. So by reading the scriptures, reading the Bible, he speaks to us that way. That's the way he speaks to us. So we need to pray and let him know what we need, and let him know what we're grateful for, and then he can speak to us through the scriptures. So we need to make sure that we're adding that to our lives. I need to recreate a life with him only and leave behind comparison, blame, and disappointment. If you are focused on your life with him, he's going to bless you in all the other areas. And that's including, don't go to him, and this is where I have my mistake. I was going to him saying, help me with my business, help me with my business, help me with my business. No, Lord, can you show me what I need to do today? Can you show me what my purpose is today? And if there's purpose through my business, can you please show me? I was asking for what I wanted, but I've never asked the Lord, what does he want from me? And that's what I need to remember, is he has a purpose for me. And if I've been dead set on going down this one path, and he's like, no, this path is over here, I haven't been listening. I need to ask him, what do you want from me today? Now, if you have been in the midst of a storm for a while, if you have been experiencing something that has just not moved, this storm hasn't moved, but it will. We need to trust him. Spend time with God alone. He chose you to be on this earth. There is a purpose for you, and he's not going to allow this storm to stay over you forever. It will pass. So trust in him and ask him, what do you need to learn? What do you need? So stop saying the things that Satan is putting in your hearts and start saying what God says and feels about you. What does God feel about you? That you're beautiful, that you're amazing, that you are meant for greatness. So why are you saying the things that Satan wants to hear you say? Why are you allowing that? That means we're following Satan and allowing him to take hold of our lives and not listening to what God really says and feels about us. So who do we want to follow? So Cindy had an actual thing happen to her. She was out walking. She was walking down her little sidewalk, and she heard this really loud noise, this woodpecker. She's like, what is that noise? And this woodpecker was just pecking on tin, like the steel pole, like metal. She's like, that was making such a loud noise. Does that woodpecker know that that's tin? That that's metal? They are not going to get anywhere. But how often is that us? How often are we the woodpecker pecking on tin, trying to do the same thing, and we're not making a change? And she's like, stop doing that. We're trying to figure it out on our own without asking for help. So if you find yourself doing the same things and you're just not making any progress, maybe you're that woodpecker, and ask Heavenly Father for guidance so that you can stop doing the things that you don't want to do, or ask him for help so that you can make progress. And maybe you just need to jump to a different tree. So turn around. Maybe what you've been looking for is just right behind you. Maybe that tree is right behind you. So the height of my joy is dependent on the depth of my thanks. If we're finding ourselves frustrated, disappointed, depressed, have we been thankful lately? So the height of my joy is dependent on the depths of my thanks. And for us, it's Thanksgiving this week, and being very grateful for everything that we have. And I find that when we are thankful, I find when we're thankful, we start to forget some of our troubles, or maybe it eases the pain just a little bit. So Taz just asked, what church do they attend? It's called it's a non-denominational church, but it's just a Christian church, which means any religion can attend. You can come in your street clothes and your shorts, and it doesn't matter. Bayside Community Church, Bayside, Bayside. They do have a website. So if you look up Bayside Community Church in Florida, you'll find it. And they do have links, and it says what they believe. It says It's very informative. Be grateful for all things, or else those things become burdens. Frustration with kids, your husband, your home, your car. How often are we like so grateful for our car, and then we start to complain about it because maybe something falls apart or it's not as nice as someone else's? Why all of a sudden is that now a burden when we were thankful before? We always need to show our thanks so that we're not letting that become a burden. Ask the Lord, say, change me. I'm asking you to change me. What are some of the things that I need to change, Lord? And please help me change into what you see me to be. Because he sees us in a different set of eyes. He sees us, these amazing, fantastic, successful, happy, joyous beings. And we're not allowing that to happen. And so go to him and say, I surrender. What do you need me to be? And please allow me to grow and stretch and become what you see me to be. 1 second. Okay. And so what I kept learning was, I'm trying to dictate where I want to go. And I go to him in prayer, still with my agenda. And I need to stop my agenda and ask, what does he want from me? I have a purpose here. And so I need to ask him for that. Hurry makes us hurt and hurt others. The opposite of that is your full attention. So if you have a power hour for an hour, give it a full hour, and then give your set time for your family. Don't be in a hurry. Don't rush your kids. Don't rush your attention with them. Don't rush your love with them. Try not to be in a hurry, and allow your life to have some time for rest and some time for love and some time for dating and some time for your family and then some time for your business. But don't be in a hurry, because your kids are going to remember you're in a hurry all the time. You're in a hurry. So slow down and allow yourself to live life. She said, life can get messy before 9 a.m. in the morning. And that's why we need to pray first, because life can get messy. And if we're praying, we're asking God to help bless that day. Have praise music daily. That can help set the tone. Pray with your kids. That can be a great example for them. But don't compare yourself. Do not compare yourself. And don't be like the world. If you are having God be the center of your life, you are not going to get caught up in the world, and he is going to bless you. Ask God to help you overcome the lies that Satan says to you. I'm going to repeat that. Ask God to help you overcome the lies that Satan says to you. And we have that on record. It just goes round and round and round. The lies. We're not good enough. We don't have enough time. We'll never get out of debt. Though that fear and that depression and that constant beating us down keeps us discouraged. And he wants us to be discouraged. Ask to overcome the lies, because we can get past it. Be not afraid. Help us abide in your love, and God is with you always. Daily, write small daily gratitude. So instead of saying things like, oh, I have to go to the grocery store. Oh, I have to go get my husband from work, Taz. I have to make dinner. I have to clean the house. We're alive. I get to go get my husband. I get to clean the house. I get to make dinner for my family. I get to because I have things for it. I get to because I have a house to clean. I get to because I have a husband. What happens if you don't have those things? We just took them for granted. And so saying I get to instead of I have to becomes part of your daily gratitude because you get to. And it reminds us that we're thankful. So Cindy was talking about, she just wanted, they live in Florida, and she loves Michigan, where they used to live, loves it. They could see the fall colors, the orange and the brown and the yellows and the reds. Hi, Taz. She loves the fall colors. And she was just, I just wish that I could be in Michigan. And she was out walking, and she had a thought come to her head. Look to the side. And so she looks to the side at this cement building, and there was this tiny little butterfly on the cement building with fall colors, brown, orange, yellow, and red on the butterfly. And she took that as God heard her heart. She wished that she could see fall colors, and he placed a butterfly right there for her to see with fall colors. She knows that he hears us. And I know that she knows that. And I loved seeing her spirituality. I loved seeing her being very real and open with us. In our afternoon session, after lunch, we came back and she started to talk, and it was really quite profound. She said that Satan will call you by your sin. He calls you by your weakness. He knows how to get to us. Satan calls you by your sin and not your name. But God calls you by your name and not your sin. Remember that he knows you, and he doesn't care what you're doing or what you've been through. Satan doesn't know who you are. He just wants you to be miserable. So remember that. But his sacrifice was for you, and he gets the final say. What he did for us was because he was letting him have the final say of how worthy we are and how special we are. And he thought you were important enough to die for. So you go to him, and he can handle anything that you send his way. Anything. He's been through so much torture and torment and death. He can handle anything that comes his way. So take that to him and ask him to relieve you of your burdens. And ask what you need to learn from them, and ask for guidance, and ask for the eyes of your heart to be opened. Give your business only to God and ask God to bless your business. Use me and guide me. So I'm going to have you watch something real quick, if I can find it. Okay. There we go. It's 2 minutes long.
So hopefully you can go back and watch that and listen to it again. But what that meant was the refiner's fire. He's trying to process the silver, and it has to be put into a fire, but it has to be watched very closely by the silversmith. And the silversmith is God, and he's watching us so closely, and he's putting us in this fire, in this test, and he's not going to put us in this test if we can't handle it. So he's watching us, and he's watching us. And when he sees his reflection in us, it's done. And that brought tears to my eyes, because when he can see our reflection in that, then we're out in the world with his reflection as well. And when we truly have come to God and asked him for his help, he's going to bless us in every way possible. He's going to bless us along the way, don't get me wrong. But if you have something so big, go to him and ask for his help. But Cindy prays for us. She prays over all of us daily. Every single day she prays for us. And I believe that. I believe that. But she said, you cannot hold up the victim and the victory flag at the same time. You cannot hold up this, I'm a victim, life is hard, and a victory flag and win at the same time. You've got to put one of those flags down. So which flag are you going to put down? The victim flag or the victory flag? Because you can't have both. And I'm going to put the victim flag down and hold up that victory flag. And I'm going to start putting God first in my life. Pray daily to not be fear-filled. Pray daily to not be fear-filled, and use your gratitude journal, and it can change everything. Be thankful openly more. Satan wants us to complain. Stop and tame your tongue. By voicing the negative lies, you are supporting Satan's lies. But you cannot go from a negative point to good without a plan. So if we have been negative, we've been talking about negative things, we've been listening to negative things, we have negative lies, we can't go to good without a plan. And my plan is to get on my knees more and ask what is my purpose, and to read the Bible at least a chapter a day, whether that's 10 minutes or 5 minutes or 30 seconds. I'm going to make that a point for me. But then I'm going to move forward with my business with a plan. And my plan is going to be 10 things that I want to accomplish every single day. Because if I'm going to treat this business like a business, like I want big money, like a doctor or a lawyer or millionaire,
I can't get there without a plan. I have to treat it like I'm sitting at a desk and working it like a business, which means being better about my loyal customers, better at following up with people that were interested, better about my posts, better about prayer and inspiration and reaching out to others beyond It Works, and be more of an influence. So what is my voice? My voice is about inspiration because of how much we've been through with bankruptcy and repossession and not having any money. There's so many people out there that can relate. I need to be a voice to them that says they can get past this. And I should not be afraid to share that story. But you might have a different story. Yours might be whether you've overcome abuse or an eating disorder or a hard childhood, or maybe you don't have a hard story and you just want to offer hope and freedom. Maybe you're really good at cooking and recipes or exercise or whatever it is. Be that person and share your life, and then ask God to find a way. But I know I went to this conference needing to learn something, and I learned I needed to put Him first. I did. When I put Him first, way back when I was a diamond, I went from diamond to double diamond to triple diamond in 45 days. And then I stopped putting God first. And that was 3 years ago. I feel like I've been distant, that there's no connection, that sometimes He's not even there. But that's because I pushed Him away. I didn't include Him. So it's going to take time. It's going to take me going to Him and proving to Him that I need Him again. It's just like a parent and a child. What if I'm that child that ran away from home and said, I don't ever want to talk to you again, and I didn't listen, and I didn't check in, and I didn't call. I never showed up for holidays. And then I start saying, hey, I need your help. As a parent, would I want to help very much? Like, I'd probably be a little skeptical. I'm here for you, but what do you need? But what if I started talking to that parent every single day, showing gratitude? I'm so grateful for you. I know I've been a bad child, but I have changed my ways. Please help me every single day. And you know what? After time, that parent's going to be like, you know what? I can see how bad you want this, and I'm here to help you. So I have felt that disconnect. I have felt that void. But I know that He's there, and I know that you are worth it. And I know that if we ask and we be persistent and we just try, that He's going to bless you in ways that you need. It might not be with the business, but He's going to bless you in ways that you need in your life. I know that with all my heart. But I saw these women this weekend as these women who have been broken, who have been lost, who have been through trials, and they had tears in their eyes, and they were like, I need to be here. I have purpose. And Cindy Pentecost just showed me that I have purpose. So if there's anything at all that we've learned from this, is you are valuable, you are worthy, you are deserving, and you are loved. And everything else will come. The business can be hard sometimes, but I know that it's hard when I haven't been consistent and I haven't done the things that I need to do. I brought it on myself. So it just starts one little thing at a time. So if you can just start praying and add one thing with the business, and if you need help, I'm here. We can have our own little private coaching and connecting on the side. I'm happy to do that. But I am very grateful for this company. I am very grateful for everything that I learned. And I am grateful for their heart and their soul and the good people that they are. We are so lucky to be with this company, and I'm a lifer. I am a lifer. So thank you for listening. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you've gained something from this. I know that I have, just from listening again. And so thank you guys for hopping on, and please message me privately if you need more information, more talking, more coaching. I would love to. So thank you, ladies. Bye-bye.